99.1 Joy FM. Justin and Kim hanging out with Josh Wilson. How are you, sir?
Hey, everybody. Doing good. I'm hanging out here in my studio in Nashville, which is in my basement, which means you might hear footsteps above me. That's my 4-year-old running laps upstairs. He's going a little stir crazy.
Got to keep him busy.
Nice. Well, this pandemic has changed everyone's world, especially, though, artists and management and tours and bus drivers. And so that's what this whole event is for, this tip jar concert series, really just to bless those artists that have blessed us so much. One unique way, as we're all adapting, that I've seen you connecting with fans is by sending out handwritten lyrics and coffee and music. I mean, kudos to you, man. That's cool stuff.
Really cool.
Well, I had to find something to fill my time with, and handwriting lyrics is a good way to sort of slow down and be still for a second. But yeah, we've gotten creative on the merch store, and it's fun because some of the lyrics that people are requesting are like old songs or deep cuts. And
cool.
Some songs that I don't even remember. I mean, I remember writing, but I don't remember the lyrics. I have to Google them. I'm like, Josh Wilson, what I see, have to like, what does this guy say in this song? And then I just write it out.
Google your own lyrics. That's
Have you
amazing.
found any lyrics that were incorrect? You're like, wait a minute, that's not right.
Oh, believe me, on almost every song, there's like a misprint or, a miss something. And I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. That's like totally backwards from what I meant. So, yeah, it was a little bit horrifying. I wanted to go on all those sites and correct them all.
Yeah, that's funny. So I noticed that your 4-year-old Asher, he had his last day of preschool, and it looked a lot different than what, obviously you thought it was going to look like.
Man, I tell you what, it was beautiful, but it was also kind of sad. I'll tell you the beautiful part first. He got to see his teacher, and he got to see his 7 friends who were in his class, and they were shouting at each other from the cars. They would roll down the windows and hang their heads out because it was kind of a parade. Like everyone got to drive by the teacher, and she was handing them their like books and binders and gloves and a mask. But they were sticking their heads out of the car and yelling and shouting at each other. And Asher, he's 4.5, so very refined sense of humor.
Yes. Shouted
at the top of his lungs his favorite joke right now, which he made up, which is, what happened to the poop man? He fell into hot sauce.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah,
I think it's brilliant. I'm pretty proud of him.
I'm guessing
it was a really sweet thing that their school did. Of course, it's sad because I don't even know like what his actual last day was. It was one of those things where, like so many things in life, you don't know this is the last time you're doing this thing, but there it was. It was bittersweet, but yeah, I'm so glad the school let us do that.
It's a mama singing songs about the Lord. It's a daddy spending family time the world says he cannot afford. These simple moments change the world. It's a pastor at a tiny little church. 40 years of loving on the broken and the hurt. These simple moments change the world. So James Small, don't buy the lie that you gotta do it all. Just let Jesus use you where you are. One day at a time, live well, loving God and others as yourself. Find little ways where only you can help. With his great love, a tiny rock can make a giant fall. Dream small. It's visiting the widow down the street, or dancing on a Friday with your friend with special needs. These simple moments change the world. Of course, there's nothing wrong with bigger dreams. Just don't miss the minutes on your way to bigger things. No. These simple moments change the world. So dream small. Don't buy the lie that you gotta do it all. Just let Jesus use you where you are. One day at a time, live well, loving God and others as yourself. Find little ways where only you can help. With his great love, a A tiny rock can make a giant fall. Dream small. Keep loving, keep serving, keep listening, keep learning, keep praying, keep hoping, keep seeking, keep searching. Add up the small things and watch them grow bigger. The God who does all things makes oceans from rivers. You want to do the last chorus? 1, 2, 3.
Dream small, don't buy like you gotta do it all.
Just
let Jesus use the way you are.
one day at a time.
Live well,
Live well.
flying by
Others as yourself.
yourself.
Find little ways where only you can help. With His great love, a tiny rock can make a giant fall. 5 loaves, 5 loaves and 2 fish can feed them all. When you
Dream small.
So now that you did that, what do you get?
Cookie.
Man, it's so interesting this season that we're in because we realize, and that's the reason for this whole event we're doing, the Tip Jar concert series, is this is a big part of your livelihood, and you've blessed us so much with music over the years. Mm-hmm. This is hopefully just one way to bless you back. Because let's be honest, Josh, it's tough financially for artists and crews, especially right now.
You know, it's funny because I think people get the impression that if you hear someone on the radio that they're, just probably doing pretty good and pretty well off. And that might be true like in mainstream pop music and maybe country and a couple other genres. But I will say I am honored to play Christian music and be in the Christian music industry. But even, when there's not a pandemic happening, this is a full-time job and it's a pretty busy hustle to just get all the bills paid. And then hopefully take care of the people who we work with, like our sound folks and managers and all the people involved in it. So even when that's not happening, it's already, for most, I can speak for myself. It's certainly, I'm very blessed. It's the only job I have. So I don't have to do any other jobs besides music, but I will say, even before it all started, it's a busy full-time job. And then when you take out 90% of that and you say, touring is no more, well, I know it's coming back, but who knows when. It has been, it's been pretty stressful as a guy who deals with anxiety. It's been, there have been a lot of sleepless nights for me. And I will tell you that when I talked to Sandy on the phone about doing this Tip Jar thing, and I'm starting to tear up right now, I mean it when I say that you guys, Joy FM listeners are so tuned in to you guys who are on the air and to the music that you guys play. They know, like I said, some of my deeper cuts, people will call in and say, thank you for this song. Like Carry Me, I know has been a song. I've been in studio and people have called in and thanked me for that song. And it just means the world that people are listening carefully to the lyrics. This is a song of mine that talks about my struggle with anxiety, and to hear people call in and say, not only are they listening, but that song means a lot to them. Your listeners are just so dialed in to, I don't know, just to the heart of Joy FM and to what you guys are doing. In a way, it's not background noise. People really listen there. And I want to thank you listeners for your dedication to the station and to listen to my songs. It means the world, and I don't get that everywhere I go.
I try to catch my breath. It hasn't happened yet. I'm wide awake in the middle of the night, scared to death. But I pray, God, would you make this stop? Father, please hold on to me. You're all I've got. Carry me now from my sinking sand to your solid ground. The only way I'm ever gonna make it out is if you carry me now. God, carry me now. Jesus, calm my heart. Come near me, please. Lord, don't let these worries get the best of me. Oh, I believe you're still here with me. 'cause you meant what you said when you said you never leave. So carry me, carry me, carry me now, from my sinking sand to your solid ground. The only way I'm ever gonna make it out is if you carry me, carry me, carry me now. I'm at the end of myself, I know I've got nothing left. Feels like I'm stuck in the valley of the shadow of death, and I've been down here so long, I just can't find my way out. Oh God, I don't stand a chance unless you carry me now. Carry me, carry me, carry me now, from my sinking sand to your solid ground. The only way I'm ever gonna make it out is if you carry me, carry me, carry me now. Yeah. Carry me, carry me, carry me now. Yeah. Oh, 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 carry me now. Oh, 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 carry me now, yeah. Oh, 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 carry me now, yeah. Oh, 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 carry me now.
That's what this whole day is about. It's recognizing a need, and a need from a group of people and artists like yourself who have blessed us so much, man, with the
Yeah.
songs and carried us through, not to steal your line, but carried us through so many hard seasons. And here we are in another hard season, and it's affecting artists too. And we're just trying to help any way we can.
Well, I thank you, and I thank you, listeners. And I know a lot of you are struggling too. I mean, goodness, musicians are not the only ones who are out of work right now. And so I just want to give you encouragement. This is something I tell my wife. You know, there's probably 1 or 2 days a week we just kind of have like a freak out day where it's like, what's happening? What's going to happen? And we keep reminding ourselves that this is not forever. There's so many unknowns, but I have to remind myself that I was never in control. God's always been in control. And this is just kind of a more poignant reminder of my lack of control, and maybe a good time for me to learn, to be forced to learn to trust in God in very concrete ways where maybe I haven't had to place that trust. And so we just tell each other, God's in control. This isn't forever. It's going to be okay. And so, you know, maybe some of you out there can be encouraged by that. And there are some days I believe that, and other days that I need maybe a little more prompting. But yeah, it's one day at a time for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, we kind of get in this this machine of routine, and we just do what we do. And then when the lights get, you know, shut off in the midst of that, it's like, oh wait, now I have to just sit in this. And I'm not. I think as a culture, we're not good at just sitting in the silence and the wonder of like, okay, what's next?
Because it's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
I will say one last thing about slowing down that has been just precious in my life. Asher, my son, is 4.5. And of course, you know, he hasn't been at school the last 2 months. But I normally, when I'm touring, I'm gone about 180 to 200 days a year. And these are really formative years in his life. And this has just been so much fun for me to see him every day, to wake up when he wakes up, and to tuck him into bed every night. And so that's a gift that I wouldn't have if all of this wasn't happening. Mm-hmm. And so I just encourage anyone watching and listening, just find those little things and soak them up, because they're there. You just sometimes have to pay attention.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.